Have you ever had something important to say? An idea, a concern, a feeling, but kept it to yourself? You hesitated. Maybe you told yourself it wasn't the right time, that no one would listen, that it didn't matter enough. But here's the truth. Silence has a cost. At work, in our relationships, in our families, when we choose silence, we also choose missed understanding, missed growth, and missed connection. Let's start with the workplace. Picture this. A junior engineer spots a flaw in a product design. It could potentially delay delivery or even cause safety issues. But in meetings, the senior leaders dominate the conversation. The engineer worries, what if I'm wrong? What if I look foolish? So they stay silent. Weeks later, the flaw causes a serious delay. The company loses money and credibility. And that engineer? They carry the silent regret. I could have said something. This isn't just a hypothetical. Incidents like this have happened in companies like NASA and Boeing, where cultures of silence led to devastating consequences. In an HBR study, 85% of employees said they felt unable to raise concerns to their managers, even when those concerns were serious. Why? Because fear is louder than reason. Fear of rejection, retaliation, or just not being taken seriously. But when silence becomes the norm, creativity dies. Innovation stalls. And worst of all, people feel invisible. Here's another example. A young woman in a marketing firm has a game-changing idea for a campaign. She thinks about speaking up in the brainstorming session, but the team leader always talks over others. No one asks for her input, so she decides to just go with the flow. That idea? It never leaves her notebook. Weeks later, a competitor launches a nearly identical campaign, and it goes viral. Her firm missed the chance to lead, simply because her voice was never invited. Now let's shift from the office to something even more personal. Our relationships. Silence can destroy a marriage just as easily as it can sink a company. Imagine a couple. One partner feels unheard. They try to bring up their needs, more time together, more affection, but the other partner shuts down conversations or changes the topic. Over time, that person stops trying. They choose silence. Outwardly, everything seems fine, but inside, resentment grows. They feel emotionally abandoned. And the relationship begins to unravel, not because of one big fight, but because of all the small things left unsaid. This happens every day, in marriages, friendships, and even parent-child relationships. When we stop sharing honestly, we stop being known. You might think, but I don't want to hurt their feelings, or it's not worth starting a fight. But staying silent isn't protecting the relationship. It's avoiding discomfort at the cost of intimacy. Speaking up doesn't mean yelling. It doesn't mean blaming. It means saying, this matters to me. I want you to understand. Whether it's in a team meeting or across the dinner table, voicing your thoughts is an act of courage. And it's also an act of respect. Respect for yourself and for the person you're speaking to. So how do we break the silence? First, create safety. Leaders, ask for feedback and really listen. Partners, be present. Put down the phone. Hold space for honest words. And all of us, learn to accept disagreement without judgment. Second, start small. You don't need to give a grand speech. A simple, I noticed something I'd like to talk about, can open a door. Third, speak with care. Honesty without kindness can sound like criticism. Kindness without honesty becomes avoidance. But honesty with kindness? That's connection. And finally, remember your voice matters. There's a reason your perspective is different. Your insight might be what sparks the next breakthrough. Your feelings might be the key to healing a relationship. In organizations, open communication builds trust and resilience. In relationships, it deepens love and understanding. Don't underestimate the power of a single, honest conversation. It could change your team's direction. It could save your marriage. It could help someone else feel less alone. So don't let fear hold you back. Speak up. Not to dominate, not to control, but to connect, to contribute, to be seen. Because silence might feel safe in the moment, but only speaking up can build something real. Your voice has power. Use it. Never be silent.